Okay.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Noonchi Podcast. Today we have a special guest. He is a former basketball player, and now you can see him in a bunch of Korean variety shows. Give it up for Jeonju, or we call him Tony Akins, everybody.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
As you can see, we are all rocking the Elitist hats.
Yes, please support my wife's
Straight
brand.
off the bat, where can people get this?
Only in Korea.
Only in Korea, yeah.
Yeah, because it's too expensive to ship international.
Yeah.
You know, we're cheap. But you can go to elitist.kr. ELITIST.KR.
Oh man, you've been here a while.
And I've been
in Korea,
and I haven't been back in almost 4 years.
Oh
so.
man. 4 years.
So for our viewers and listeners who may not know you, Tony, he was a basketball player, Georgia Tech.
Yes.
His name is all up in the record books of Georgia Tech, right?
Yes.
And then he played in a bunch of European countries, and then he finally settled down here in Korea at the KBL, and he is a legend. Anyone that knows Korean basketball knows Jeonju 선수.
I appreciate it.
No, seriously, they're like today. There's some basketball fans downstairs, and we were like, "Oh yeah, we have a guest. We have Jeonju 선수," and they were like, "Oh shit." You know, so like you're
I appreciate it.
You're a celeb in that world, and now I see you in variety shows. I was in Jeonju on Sunday, right? And Tony used to play in Jeonju, right? And so we were eating at some jjajangmyeon place, and the TV was on, and he was on Superman이 돌아왔다, the return of Superman with his son. And I was,
but not me. I wasn't Superman. I was just on the show. I was on the show,
and I was like, yo. He's coming to my podcast tomorrow. So thank you for coming, Tony.
No problem.
Speaking of Jeonju, how long were you there for?
I was in Jeonju for 6 years.
6 years.
First 3 years. Then I went to Koyang, Orions. Then I went to Busan KT.
Okay.
Then I came back to KCC for 3 years.
Okay. So it's like LeBron coming back to Cleveland?
Yes, that's what it was like. Exactly. That's exactly what it was like.
We did it for you.
Yes, for the people.
Do you have like a tanggol jeeps there that you go back and visit every now and then?
I haven't been back since I retired. Jeonju people, fans, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, now we're putting you on the spot.
You did. You called me out. I'm so sorry. I've been busy, and I'm gonna come this summer. Me and my wife gonna ride our motorbikes, and we're gonna come out there for sure.
Well, Danny was saying like he was trying to figure out what to do there.
Yeah. Because I was there for like 24 hours, and then I asked people, I was like, oh, so what's famous in Jeonju?
Did you go to Hanul Maul?
No. Because I got off the KTX and I went to the venue. Yeah. And I told jokes, and afterwards we drank.
You should went to Hanul Maul. It's like the old school kind of stuff. I don't know. I like that. I take my kids there and they have a blast. And then, so there's a hotel. Hanul Maul is about 3-4 blocks.
Right.
And then when you go behind it, it's kind of the area where the bars and the clubs and stuff.
Hanul Maul, is that like a kogi
No,
place?
it's like the
old traditional village.
Traditional village where you sleep on the floor.
But they got everything. They got like those electric things to ride, electric scooters. They got like little stuff for kids. They have, and then I told you go a couple blocks down.
Because I was about to say, well, fuck am I gonna do with that on my?
I'm just giving you landmarks though. After you go behind there, that's where you want to go.
What's Jeonju known for though? For that?
They're known for the bibimbap and.
I thought that was just a Korean bibimbap.
They have the Jeonju bibimbap, but it's bibimbap. You know what I mean?
It's good though.
Yeah, it's good.
It's special.
Someone said, "Hyung, they have really good 콩나물 국밥," and I was like, amazing, except I ain't gonna go get on a KTX to eat 콩나물 국밥 and come back. You know what I mean?
But you know Korean people do that.
Yeah, I know.
Like a lot of my motorcycle club guys,
Yeah.
they're like, yo, we got to go to this area because they have certain dish.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, how many hours? They're like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, just for 콩나물 국밥.
So you're not a eat to live. You're not a live to eat guy. You're eat to live.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm lazy as hell. I'm not doing any of that. That sounds like too much work.
Yeah.
It's a hard sell though, like a bean sprout soup, basically.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come all the way down to Jeonju to
Yeah.
get some bean sprouts.
So I had.
soup.
So I went after the show. We had some. We went to some. So we had 2 alba that were like seating and whatever, like taking tickets and stuff. And there were 2 young girls. And I said, hey, so where do you guys hang out? And they were like, oh, there's like this 막걸리 전집. And I was like, whatever. And so we went, and actually the chun was fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, it was me being the creepy 40-year-old ajashi, like, so like, yo, man, I don't have like young kid game. I don't know how to do it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
we're all old now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a generation gap.
Yeah.
40s, right?
Yeah.
We're all in our 40s, so it's like, man, I don't know what's going on these days.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I can barely. I have a TikTok account, but because of work, like I have to see what's trending and stuff. But I don't understand. Like I'll see like these things get like millions of views, but it's just like 10 seconds of someone like dancing or doing like some silly stuff. I don't get it. I don't really get it.
Actually, I love TikTok. I feel like a kind of a pyeontae. I'm not in that world, but I get like a glimpse of it. You know, it's funny as hell. These young people are funny as hell.
It's talented, but it's to a point where like what do you call it? That humor.
Yeah.
I feel like even me working in the comedy world, like I've missed it just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like watching Coming to America Now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, this is fucking amazing. This is so hilarious. But now I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah. So
like I on my algorithm I get a lot of like food like preparation, like making like bibimbap or like keranmari or like, all those food stuff, but it's basically building dishes within like 10 seconds or 30 seconds, right? And so, but that's what that's the attention span of people these days, I guess. They don't want the long video of explaining, oh, and then what you do next.
Nah, but you know what else they do on TikTok that really pisses me off? They'll have like these, like scam videos.
Scam videos.
So basically, like they're like, "Oh, wait till the end." So I'm sitting there waiting. Right?
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be like 2 minutes, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" At the end, nothing happens.
Yeah. Those
It pisses me off. I'm like, "You dirties."
you can curse if you want.
Yeah,
You can curse.
Yeah.
Dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, I know exactly.
like, why would you waste your time and my time doing this shit?
Yeah.
Just because, like the troll.
The troll. That's
the-
what it is. Not
the-
scam. Troll.
The troll culture. You know what I mean? I talked to a handful of trolls in Korea as well as in the US. I go, why you act like that? Why you do that shit?
What
you
do
know?
they say?
And they go, they feel good knowing they fucked up your day.
Yeah.
That's why trolls do what they do.
You know what? See, I think now this is not me being, my friends call me Migu Konde because I'm like American old school.
Yeah.
See, I feel like the difference between now and back in the day, you used to get your ass whooped and shit like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no internet, it's just hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Now you got the internet, you can hide, so people are just like, it doesn't really matter what happened.
Oh, you got me.
I feel good. I feel good fucking this fool up because there's no repercussion. You're right.
I saw one of those, they're like, oh, this is the best way to cook steak in a coffee pot.
Yeah.
So they put coffee pot,
Yeah.
they put a raw steak in there, and then they put the water, and then they actually go through the boiling of like 10 minutes. I think it was on Facebook Watch.
So
but
you're
like
boiling steak?
yeah, I'm like just waiting to get to the end where they show this perfectly cooked steak. But of course, it's just like it comes out all like gray and like all this shit. I'm like, oh, I just watched 10 minutes of this shit.
Just wasted your life.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
wasted 10 minutes of your life.
Yep.
Boiling steak, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, but on TikTok, they fuck with you, like, not so much fuck with you, like they'll show you how they film like one of those trick videos. they'll do the behind the scene, but they don't show the actual trick video. So you have to go to their page and find it.
Yeah.
Like I can't do that stuff. They waste your time.
The only real so far internet scams that I've seen are the romance scams, right? Which is like, so someone tried to get me, which was someone added me on Facebook, right? And then they would chat with me on the messenger, right? And then they'd be, oh, in my country, like we chat on Skype, right? And I'm like, all right. So then we'll chat on Skype, and then like it's like a fake video, or it's like a not the person, but it's they live feed a video of like this girl like in her underwear, like you know, but she looks similar to the Facebook picture, right? But I watched so much porn in my life. I was like, I saw that video before.
I was gonna ask you. Right. So when you see the video,
right,
do you be like, this is BS? Or do you keep watching it?
Nah, so I was watching it, and then I typed, and because you know on Skype you can talk, but she put it on mute. So I can't hear what's going on. It's just her, right? You know? And so I'm typing going, hey, yo, like, I seen this video before. Right?
Well, but they're trying to catch you, film you.
Yeah, so the reason is they're trying to catch you jacking off, and then they will capture that and then blackmail you saying, I'm going to spread it to all your Facebook friends if you don't give me a certain amount of money.
What?
Yeah. So that's the scam. And so, like, I already knew, like, once something's up.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
thanks for telling me. I'm like, that's dangerous.
So I've had a few.
Do you know people that had fallen for it?
Yeah. So a few Facebook friends hit me up going, hey, like, somebody with this name might send you a video. Just delete it, yeah?
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
So that's the scam.
Terrible.
And then, you know, like obviously the old school Nigerian prince, you know, like they'll give you a spam email saying I'm a prince of some African country, and if you wire me this money, then I'll give you
like for tax purposes or something like that. Yeah.
That's the other old school internet scam. But the romance scam, I know a lot of people that
I did not know that.
On Tinder, there's prostitutes on there, you know?
You know, Tinder came out after I got married.
Oh, me too. Yeah, we always have this conversation.
I've never, and you know what's so crazy? So it was maybe 2014, 15.
Right.
This is when I first found out Tinder was in Korea. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So my American teammates were on the bus or in the locker room or something. I'm like, what you looking at, man? He's swiping. I was like, is that what Tinder looks like? Can I swipe?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I said, yo, Danny, let me take a look at it. I start just swiping.
Just
whatever.
want to see what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because you hear so much about it.
No, but then there's one Korean girl that I matched with, and then, you know, before I even said hello, she gives me her menu. Like menu of like a blowjob.
What it costs?
Yeah, blowjob, 8만 원, right? Like, or like, you know, one time nutting is like more, you know, 10만 원, right? Or, you know, like spending the whole day together or whatever, right?
Shit.
And so I was like, 깎아주세요.
제발.
You did. I bet you did. Though.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
How much is the whole day?
Like 500? So 50?
So I don't know. Whole day is from like, okay, say you start at 6 in the afternoon. So you get all the way to the next day 6.
Yeah.
They do it
exactly 24 hours?
Yeah. So basically, it's not that you're nutting for 24 hours. If you
like
can,
dating.
then good for you.
But you're just dating, spending time with them.
Yeah. So it's like dating for 24 hours. Is, you know. But that was the menu, and I was like, yeah, man, I got it.
Did they respond to what you're
No,
like,
she fucking blocked me. You know? Yeah. Because I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Right?
That could be a real question. Like some of my homies would be like, 깎아주세요.
Yeah, seriously. Why would
10%. 15%. I mean, come on.
1 + 1.
Yeah. So Tony, you've been here where you said 09.
Yep.
09. When you got here, was your Korean? How was your Korean?
It was bad. But the thing was, my 외할머니, my mother's grandmother, raised me in LA. My parents would work. So she had gotten really ill at the age of when I was 6 or 7. So after that, because at first I couldn't speak English because she was with me every day.
Okay.
So then after she got ill, Then she passed away a couple years later. I forgot all my Korean. So then when I came to Korea, so I think that's a long time of not using it. So then when I came to Korea, I was like, yo, I know that word. So then when people were talking to me, I was understanding it.
Yeah.
Then like, at first the curve was like this. Just being able to speak. Then after a while, it took me to have to study, which I never did. So then it started kind of tapering off. So yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
So, I mean, obviously when we learn languages, like curse words, like those are the words that we learn first. Right? Like obviously that's the most useful. Bobby's philosophy on learning Korean words, it goes, if I have to use this, if this word is useful, I'll memorize it.
Yeah.
But if it's a word that I don't think I'll ever use, like you'll never.
It just goes out.
Yeah. Because one time we were walking and there's a sign that says 산부인과, right? So we're walking and he says it out loud.
I read everything I see.
산부인과, loud as fuck. And he's like.
Some guy next to us was like, what the? I was like, what's wrong with him, Danny? And he's like,
you just said gynecologist, bro, out loud.
And I was just like, how the fuck do you know that? He's like, why do you know the word for gynecologist in
Bobby
Korean?
must be smart.
because for me, it might be useful.
Bobby probably did it on purpose.
산부인과.
Oh no! So speaking of cuss words, so when I first came, you know, I was around my mom and my emos, right? So they use like the old school cuss words, right? So I'm over here saying like "샹놈의 새끼." So my teammates were like, "태풍아, 그 너무 옛날에 욕."
Oh, is it 옛날 욕?
Yeah, that's like what the 할머니 say. So now you got to say like, you know, Shiba, all that stuff now. But
no, so that literally means like a bastard.
Okay.
One without father. Right?
Oh, really? I didn't know what that meant.
Like, I think that's what it technically means. But speaking of cursing, now I don't know your how you play, because obviously you never were mic'd while you were playing, like, you know, but there has to be some trash talking going on.
Absolutely.
Right?
I started most of it though.
But my curiosity is like, when you first got here, your Korean wasn't that good, but did you still attempt to like trash talk in Korean?
So I'm telling you, I got here in May of 2009. Yeah. And by the time that summer finished, I was like decent in conversation. Like it only took me a couple, because I told you, Korean was actually my first language. I was trying to get far in it.
Right.
So by the time that first season started, I was ready to go.
Yeah, because I doubt before like you came, like trash talking was
nobody trash talk. Like it frustrated the shit out of me.
But was it more like, you know, was it more polite the way we think Korean polite is, or were they were cursing, but they were cursing?
No, it wasn't cursing. It would be like before I got here, or in the beginning time I was here, they'd be like, "Oh, 그래, 뭐 잘했어, you do this right." And then next play they'd be like, "Bow."
Oh, okay.
But that kind of like dirty play.
Right.
After dude's like, "Oh, miane."
Oh.
Bow. You know, that type of stuff. So when I started seeing that, I was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers." I was like, all right. So I'm like, "야, 너 개새끼 족밥이야. 너 다음에 하면 너 죽었다." I'm saying shit like that. And I'm shooting the shot, right? I'm like, 개새끼 먹어.
Eat it.
So I'm about like, 야, 어때? 맛있어? 다시 먹여줄게. Like I'm talking, I'm letting it loose. It would frustrate me because I'm like, because me, I'm not a very like a slick, sly person. I'm more like upfront. I just tell you how I feel. So talk shit to me. Like, let's go. But we're doing and bow, hitting me.
Do you ever swear in 존댓말?
No, I never.
어디 가요?
How do you?
꺼주세요.
드세요. 맛있게 드세요.
You know what? I wish I would have did that.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple of youngs that I would do it to, and they would be like, they would just be shocked. You know? And then if I could have did it in 존댓말, then I could be like, what? I'm being polite. Like, what's up? Like,
but were there any like rules in the Korean basketball league where like you can't or cannot trash talk? Like, do you get fined for shit like that?
It's no rules, but it's like how do you say it in English? Like a hidden rule or something like that. Like before I got here, if somebody was your hyung, you didn't get too rough with them and stuff like that.
Even if he's on the other team.
Yeah, and I was like, what type of bullshit is that? Like, we're out here grown men playing.
Right.
So I'm telling guys on my team, even when we're playing another team, and I would see some younger guy than me being polite when I'm trash talking to him, I would say, 야, 개새끼야, 우리 다 남자 아니야? 씨발 공격 안 해? Like, I didn't trash talk to like necessarily to put the other person down. Like, yeah, that's part of the game, but it was also fun for me. It was like a competition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you just played and just let it out. Let your skills out, you know? And they didn't do that, and it really pissed me off. And then they told me when I first got here, like, this is how it is. I was like, that's bullshit. I'm not doing that.
Well, if it can...
like, damn.
If it can cost you a game, though, if you know, if you're being too polite, and you know, that's not good. You have to. If you're not going to be aggressive with someone that's older with you,
but you got to think about it. Not even taking Korean basketball, the Korean culture is so strong in that. And those players, when they're in the dorms, you could be a young first year, second guy player and be the best guy on your team, but you're still doing the older guy's laundry.
Oh,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh wow!
Like, you're still getting whoever the captain is their food at the lunch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that brainwashing thing that comes to it. So it comes on the court. It's got a lot better now.
Right.
And I would like to think that I had something to do with it. Yeah. That I could be a little bit chalazo.
Yeah.
What's chalazo?
Bragging. You bragging.
Yeah, I could be bragging a little bit, but I would like to feel like I had something to do with that.
So now that when you played and now, are there more people, are there even Korean people trash talking now?
There's a couple. Choi Jun-young, who plays at SK.
Yeah.
He'll do a little bit.
Like
not like me though. I was really out there. I was like old school Gary Payton. Like I was barking at motherfuckers. It didn't matter. You American, I'm doing English to you. Korean, I'm doing Korean to you. The referees, I'm trash talking to referees. That's what you can't do.
You can't.
Trash talking to referees never works out.
Oh really?
Like you get caught up in emotions and competitive. It's a bad call. And you let it go, but then you'll end up paying later on. Like, all the refs hated me. They hated me.
No, but like, it's funny is because, like, you know, when I search your name in Korean, but like outside of the variety show stuff, like a bunch of your interviews, like be pregame, postgame, were like all the rage because of Tony's personality. Is like he'll just say it.
Say it how it is.
Right.
But that too, I mean, like I said before, when I first came to Korea, like me being half Korean, I was so excited to come to Korea. Like I was livid. I was like, yes. Like, I'm so glad my life has made this change. 'Cause I was in Europe making good money, but it wasn't I didn't have no ties. I was just there playing ball.
Right.
So when I came here, I was just so excited. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have another home.
Right.
But then when I saw the basketball players here, which basketball I love with my life, I saw it, and it's my people, I felt a certain type of way.
Right.
I was like, why are you guys so behind? What's going on? So I tried to put myself out there to show them what it could be like. So even in my interviews, I would purposely try to say some off-wall stuff. You know, and then after I would finish, I would tell other guys like, yo, say something interesting.
Right.
You don't have to be so cool and what is it? Cool and like yay.
Yeah.
What's yay? Anyway.
Reserved? Is that reserved?
Yay kind of means like with like etiquette. Like it's like social media training, right? Or like press training where like boy band members, like, you know, like who's your Isangyang?
Inside they do everything perfect. So I'm trying to tell them you don't have to do that. You know, like make yourself stand out. If you do that, you're looking like everybody else. Right. And I would try my best, and guys would just be like, yo, you can do that, but we can't do that. Why? I'm already out here. Right. If somebody says something, put it on me. Right. I would tell other guys. We play other teams, other young guys that I liked. Right. Like, you know, I like I told you, you can see where I'm coming from. Yeah. So I would tell them like, man, you guys gotta. One year I was really trying to start a like not a trend, I guess. I was one year I was really trying to talk to the young guys like, let's do it this year. And they were like, no, no.
Can't talk shit, yo.
No, don't say it too loud. Somebody might hear you. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, I'm a big, huge fan of basketball, and you know, two of the bigger podcasts. There's one called the Knuckleheads with with Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson. Now, the first question they always ask is, who's the first person to bust your ass when you got into the league, right? Now, I'm curious, you coming from, you played Division 1 ball, right? Then you went to Europe and played high-level basketball, and you came to Korea. I'm sure you had some preconceived notions like, I'm cooking everybody, right?
I'm cooking.
Right. And so was there a person that you were like, oh shit, he got it? Did anyone bust your ass in Korea? Oh, he's thinking.
You gotta really think about it.
Not when I was younger, but when I got older and I slowed down. This guy, Tu Young Min, at the time he was with DB. I think I was like 38. And he was young, 24, 25. Ooh. He had so much energy.
Yeah.
And they had plays for him like Steph Curry.
Yeah, right.
After a while, I just couldn't catch him.
You just running around the screens.
Man, I think he had to have like 12 points in the first quarter.
Ooh.
Like all threes.
Ooh.
He was cooking me. And I was like,
to hell.
I was like, 감독님, you want to take me out. we about to lose this game because of me. And my pride couldn't take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he honestly, like, that was the first time in Korea I was like, it's nothing I can do. But now, say I was younger though, it's never happened.
Wow.
It would have never happened.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I told you, my dream is that these Korean ball players, man, like cook the Americans that come here. I want some Koreans to, of course, play in the NBA.
Right.
Yeah. I want them to go to Europe and play. Like, I just want them to be like how the soccer is.
Right.
Yeah. I want it to be like that. Like, people start going out and start playing, man. Like,
yeah.
And kids these days are getting taller and taller, it seems.
Tall as shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Tall as shit.
Yes, I'm kind of pissed because my dad's like 6'1", 6'2". You know?
No.
Yeah. But my mom is like 4'8", you know?
And you're right in the middle.
I'm right. So my mom goes, Daniel, how come you're so short? Right? And I'm like, what the you plus dad divided by 2, this is what the fuck you get, right? Right in the middle.
I think Danny, he was kicking it. He was kicking in middle school, high school, right?
No, this was my height. I stopped growing at 13. 12 or 13. This was my height at 13. I stopped growing.
Oh, so you were tall in
junior high school. I was pretty tall in middle school, and I was like, I wanted to play basketball, and I was like, oh shit. And then everyone just started like just growing taller, and I was like, I'm not fast. I can't jump high. My shot's off.
Shit out of luck.
And then my dad's like, oh, I guess it's time for you to study. Fuck that NBA shit. Right.
Dad's 6'2". Yeah. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. Because my dad's 6'2". My mom's like 4'11". So I blame my mom all the time. Like, look, mom. Look at me. So I understand.
So now that after your playing career, you played for a while.
18 years.
Damn, goddamn. And then now you kind of transitioned into like being this 예능 person, this variety show dude. And I mean, number one, I'm sure you're doing it because it's kind of fun.
It is fun.
Right? Because like the one that and every time I'm on a bus, I see clips of it, is that you and a bunch of former athletes.
Yeah, know them, bro.
Yeah, do other sports.
That was actually a good experience.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way I would have did those sports.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just like sports. They were all fun. Like, we had such a good time.
And like those people's, I don't know them, you know, like, but like I've seen some of them on variety shows, but they all seem like fun people.
Yeah,
maybe whether it's just for the camera or not. And then like, you know, just other little 예능 where you pop out and like you're teaching celebrities how to dribble and shit. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, like you and your son go out and Superman or whatever. Like, did you ever think that you were gonna do that?
Absolutely not. It was never in my plans. Once I decided to retire, I was gonna do basketball academy. Like, that was my main thing. And then Corona was going on.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I had a lot of other friends who had academies and they were struggling.
Oh, really?
They were
in Korea.
In Korea.
Right, in Korea. Okay.
So I was just like, this isn't the time right now. And then during that time, Ha had been telling me, don't play my last year. He was like, just retire and let's get into this yen thing together. He was like, you'll do good.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't have no passion for that. But then once I retired, COVID happened. I couldn't do the basketball academy. I was like, shit, what the hell? Let's do it. And it's been fun. It's been doing it and moving, making a little money, getting my face out there more. So I figure once I do my academy, it'll help me more.
Right.
That side.
I mean, Ha Seung-jin, he was your center when you, right?
Yeah. 6 years.
When he was working out for the NBA, I was in college.
Yeah.
Right. And so he was practicing at UCLA. And I didn't know that there can be a Korean dude that tall. Right. So like is just this Korean dude, like what he's like 7'3", right? Big dude, just working on post moves, right? And I'm just like, and then I can hear Korean being spoken. Like, this motherfucker's Korean and he's 7'3".
You probably thought it was Chinese.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Yao Ming brother or some shit, right. But he was like 7'3", and he's like, and I was like, that motherfucker's Korean. And then I hear about like the Korean newspapers, like the Trailblazers, like picked them up or whatever.
So is his dad like 8 foot and his mom is like
shit? His dad's
6 foot, like he's in the middle.
His dad's like 6'9".
Yeah.
And his mom's like 5'8", 5'7".
Oh, really?
So they're relatively tall.
He has an older sister who's 6'7".
Damn.
That's a big ass. That's a big ass family.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, when you go so they have a Chutek out in Suwon, right?
Yeah.
When you go there, everything's just tall.
What's a chutek?
Like a house.
A house.
Everything is just tall.
Yeah.
Like when you go in there, I feel small. I'm like,
are the toilets bigger? Like you just like have to put on a baby seat.
Man, the sink is higher. The shelves are higher.
I don't know if this is clean or not.
Washing their hands.
Listen, I'm getting up on this, their couch. I'm like running, jumping up on this.
No, imagine like the whole family like going to a restaurant and they're like walking towards you. Like you're walking, and then you'd be like, "Oh my God, those are some
you're
big
like,
ass
hey,
people."
Pull out everything, literally everything.
I mean, where do they shop? Like the clothes, Itaewon, big and tall.
No, they actually get a lot of stuff like handmade, or they order it off of internet sites in America.
Yeah.
So when you first got to Korea, what was like the biggest first like culture shock? Like you were like, oh
2009 must have been. It's a lot different.
It was Gonde. It was Gonde Central back then.
Yeah.
It was because living in LA, I had all my samchun,
right.
Homos, emos, all my cousins. So I was like, they all live in Diamond Bar.
Okay.
Oh, so
Diamond Bar.
Plenty of Koreans there.
What is that one area? A little past Anaheim,
Fullerton, Cerritos.
There's one more that's out there though. That's really
Anaheim,
Korean
Buena Park.
It's really Korean out there.
Cerritos.
Irvine.
Oh, right, Irvine. Yeah.
So they all live out there, right? Oh. So I'm like, look, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
I came here. I was like, I'm not Korean.
I feel the same way.
Yo. What?
Yeah.
You gotta drink soju like that?
Oh yeah, dude.
You gotta pour it like that? I have to talk to you to that point?
Yeah.
I have to stand like that? I can't look at you in my eyes. I have to put it was a lot. I was like, shit. My mind was just going crazy.
And then on top of that, like I'm told that like the athletes, like sports world, right? They have the 선배 후배, right?
It's real serious.
So obviously you didn't have 선배 후배 in Georgia Tech or whatever, right?
So it was, I'll bust your ass,
right,
and you stand on my way.
Yeah. So when you got there and you were like that, the 형s, obviously you had to adjust, but the 선배s, quote unquote 선배s of your team had to be like, well, he don't know.
He don't know, so let's teach him.
Oh, that's what happened?
They didn't give you a pass?
Yeah.
No. They gave me a pass.
Yeah.
Like, this is the teaching time.
Yeah.
So every time I did something, they're like, Tepunga.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do.
No.
And so, like I told you, my mind was, I'm so excited. I was like, okay, cool, I got it.
Right.
Cool, got it.
Right.
After a while, I was just like, oh shit, I forgot. And when let's say you got it, you've been doing it, then you forget because you're trying to learn this one. It was just like, it was a lot for me. And then after a while, I was like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm just doing my way.
Oh.
Yeah, I just got to do it my way, man.
Shiba Maga.
Yeah, like I'm starting to lose myself.
Right.
I'm starting to lose myself.
Was it, one thing that changed right away for me, I moved here in 2011. I lived in LA for 9 years before I came here. And we would drink maybe once a week on the weekends.
Yeah.
As soon as I came here, it was drinking every night or every other night. And that totally changed my lifestyle. Like coming here, the food, the drinking, the nightlife, it's 24 hours, like all of that. Well, in athletics, you have to stay fit and stuff. You can't be drinking every night, right? Or
I loved it.
But you did still.
But you did it?
Yeah.
Went clubbing and stuff like that.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Next day, you just get, man, listen, my coach was Hudjay. He's the legend basketball.
Right.
He drunk, he party. So he basically let you know, like, this is what next day you got to get up, you got to work it out, blah, blah, blah. And, him being my coach really a lot. I will say this, him being my coach made it the easiest situation I could have made the transition to Korea.
Okay. Oh, great.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was a cool ass coach because a lot of these coaches out here they were either players, like mid-level players, or some were like managers and they made their way up.
Right.
He was like a star.
Right.
So he had, as a player, he knows what star players feel like, what they're thinking. So he had more understanding towards that. So me and him, like, we really understood each other, and I really appreciate him. I'm so glad he was my head coach.
He's also very in a bunch of variety shows.
He's big time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
he's big time.
Would you say he's like the Michael Jordan of Korean basketball?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, when I was at KCC, he coached me for 3 years. We would go to away games, and he would have way more fans than any other players.
I see.
Way more fans than any other players.
Because apparently there was like a big boom of basketball when they were playing
in the 90s.
Like when they were playing and when they were in college, right? So they would have a bunch of like fan mail and whatever. So, we see those fans stick around. Remember Solid?
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Solid Ink, Soteji.
But Solid, when I first came here, they did like some like album
they did a reunion album.
show, right?
Yeah,
An album, right? And so I went to the concert because we both know them, and it was all like ajimas that were fans of them when they were kids, and it was cool and weird at the same time because like they had a Q&A, and one pregnant woman with her husband was like, oh, my son's name is Ijun, which is one of the guys. And I was like, man, that means she wasn't thinking about her husband when they were making the fucking baby, right? That's fucked up, right? So like, but it's cool. And, to see that they're finding their way. And apparently, Hoja's sons are in the league and they're doing
stars.
well.
Yeah.
So that's dope. That's dope.
Do you know what happened? So I'm biggest thing that I'm curious about is just the Korean basketball, how to change it and stuff like that, the culture here. So I heard when basketball not first started, but when they took that boom in the 90s, they weren't showing NBA games.
They were not.
So it was just all Korean basketball influence on the people. But then once they started showing NBA games, now the fans' eye level got
right.
Their expectation got high.
Right.
So then they're comparing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Same with soccer too.
Yeah.
Oh really?
They say once they started doing championships.
Premier League.
Yeah, the Premier League.
Yeah.
Then it started, showing the differences, and that happens. And baseball, they're just, Koreans are good at baseball.
Yeah. Definitely.
So now, before we started opening, you said you're gonna start your academy.
Yeah.
And then you were telling us some bigger goals, which are like kind of amazing. Like I don't know if you talk about it, but like like the AAU stuff.
Yeah. You know AAU? You know AAU?
No. What's that?
AAU is so in the United States, you have each state, and within those states, you'll have like club teams kind of.
Okay.
So you'll take the best, this is not during basketball season, but in the off season. And you'll take like the best kids in certain neighborhoods, depending on how big your team is.
Okay.
Like say your team Nike or team Adidas, you kind of get the kids from the whole states.
Yeah.
So you get those and they'll have regional tournaments.
All right.
You know, but sometimes you'll have a team from the East Coast going to the West Coast for Las Vegas tournaments. That's a big tournament.
Okay.
Invitational.
Okay.
So my goal is to start my basketball academy, and then after some time have elite kids at a certain age, and I want to make an AAU team. If I have just one team, that's fine. If I have 2-3 teams, that's fine. But I want to take them to the States and enter them in some of these AAU tournaments.
Hell yeah.
And get them that experience. And at first, I understand that they'll be nervous. And I don't expect us to go out there and win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if we just compete is what I
Sure,
want.
sure.
But my goal is for those kids to come back to Korea. Now they're seeing something totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because similar to what you're saying about the fans' expectations going high, even the players, like if, you know, I mean, if they're cooking, then great. But even if not, then they have that experience to be like, yo, if I want this, then
This is what I gotta do.
this is what we got to do.
And now when I come back to Korea and I'm playing against these Korean scrubs, now I can try what I want to do. Because now I know where I got to go.
Right.
And then once it becomes a yearly cycle, now those kids are basically coming back to Korea, working on their shit, reloading for when they go back to AAU to test it out again.
That's
You know
that's
what I'm
fucking
saying?
great.
So that's why I said my goal is to have NBA, Korean NBA guys, European, just all over the world, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm curious about like your outside of Korea, your European run.
Yeah, that was great.
You said it. There's something in your eyes where you were like,
No, that was. I will say I am very, very happy. I'm thrilled about coming to Korea.
Yeah, of
and
course.
just making this life, me, my wife, my kids.
Yeah.
But I needed that European trip for my young self to just be like, you know, I did that.
Where did you? I would say what country? What team did you were like?
I can tell you countries.
Yeah.
My first year I was in Russia, which was a terrible experience. Like I never fully met racism like that before.
Oh shit.
That was the worst.
Okay.
As far as racism,
Yeah.
that and Poland.
Oh, okay.
Poland
also.
Oh, it's the whole Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
Poland, Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, all that. It's basically all the same vibe as Russia. You know? That's why they speak the same language, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So racist. I had a terrible time there. But then after that, I went to France for 2 years. It was beautiful.
Nice.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la. So I was in Rouen. Rouen was maybe an hour and a half from Lyon. And it was like 4 hours maybe from Paris. And then that next year I played in Paris.
Right.
So I had great individual seasons. I made an all-star team in France 1 year. And then I also, when I played in Paris, I had
you're putting up stats.
I was putting up stats.
You're putting up
all
stats.
around the board. All around the board. I was on and off the court. I was putting up
You're
stats.
putting up stats? Okay.
And then I went to Turkey. I wasn't in Istanbul. I was in Izmir, which is closer to the water. Fantastic. Turkey's a great basketball league, by the way.
Well, I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, obviously people know about the NBA, and then there's just a bunch of leagues in Europe. What's like tier 2 of basketball in the world?
After the NBA.
After the NBA, it would be EuroLeague.
EuroLeague.
I never got to play in EuroLeague. EuroLeague is basically, you know, I was saying about the AAU.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. You take your top one, or depending on how strong your league is, you might get one team in EuroLeague. If it's strong, you like Spain has like 4.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that makes a EuroLeague. So you play round robin. It's like, you know, cup play, group play, like group A, group B.
Yeah.
And then whoever top teams make it out of that, then you go into tournament bracket.
Okay.
So that's EuroLeague. Then you have another one called FIBA Cup, which is the version right under. So instead of, say, your country, instead of the first and second best team, now it's the third and fourth best teams. They go into that.
Yeah.
Then they have another one. I might be getting FIBA Cup and ULEB Cup mixed up. But there's another cup, ULEB Cup, and that's like your third tier, you know? And then I played in FIBA and ULEB Cup before. I never played in Euro. And that's what it is.
Because, you know, like now that the NBA is very foreign dominated, right? So like all these people, I'm assuming, were playing in the Euro league.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of those guys, like Luka Doncic. You know, Luka Doncic did an interview and he was talking about how it's easier to score in the NBA than it is Europe. I've only played in the NBA Summer League before in veterans camp, but I will say it is a lot easier to score.
In the NBA?
Yeah, I would say. There are more of athletes that matter.
Right.
But because of the rules,
Right.
in Europe, you can play zone.
Ooh, okay.
You can have your center can sit there and just be
No
under
3
the
seconds.
basket,
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So as a playmaker, you break your first guy down, but then when the help comes, you have wings that are open.
Right.
So you have to pass the ball and they have to make the shot.
Yeah.
In the NBA, it's wide open.
Right.
So you're coming down there and say you're fast and athletic. You went by first of all, there's no skilled NBA player that you can just guard one-on-one. Just you got to know that.
Okay.
Any stars,
Right.
any guys you can be like, okay, he can play. You can't guard. They're so skilled. One-on-one, you just can't guard. They have so much stuff in their bag.
Right.
So the superstars, you really can't guard. So when they get by their man so fast, and say you're 6'5", 6'6", and you're athletic, by the time you 1-2 at the rim, the big man's trying to come and help.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
It's so much gap.
Yeah.
So in that situation, I would say I agree with Luka Doncic on that. Like I said, I've never played on that level, but just from my experience. Yeah. Like in Europe, if you average 15 points, like you're doing really well. Really well.
So when you played in France, when you shit talk, did you go, bon appetit?
Well, that was straight English.
Oh, English.
Straight English.
English?
Straight English.
But I'm assuming the English trash talk is more refined. It's more like it cuts deep for you as opposed to your Korean stuff, because it might piss somebody off, but you know what I mean? Like the what do you call it? You know, like
I can get more detailed and deeper.
Yeah, you can't translate English like word per word to Korean, right? Like, you know, like, you know, old school pickup lines like, you know, is your dad a baker because you got nice buns? Like that kind of shit. Imagine you said that in Korean. 아빠가 혹시 빵집 주인인가 봐요. 왜요? 당신의 빵이 맛있게 생겼어요. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
No, but I mean, in some ways, in some Korean words, you could, or Korean sayings, you could really like offend them. You could really offend people.
Right.
I would never talk about anybody's parents because of Korean culture.
Right, of course.
But I would definitely get personal about them, the way they look.
Yeah.
Like, Korean ball players are very sensitive. So when you get on something that they feel is true about them, it really hurts them.
Because in interviews, like, he does a lot of this that I've seen. Like, oh, that motherfucker's ugly.
Yeah.
he does that a lot.
Yeah. I do that a lot. And I'd be like, no. Like, I'm not playing. It's really ugly. And they'd be like, and then I'd be like, got him.
You know, that's funny is that, you know, like, imagine if you were hilarious. Like in America and you're telling a ball player, oh, you ugly. Shut the fuck. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. But in Korea, like that's
they're not expecting it.
That's what gets them.
No, so I've been in Korea so long. So I've seen some of the Americans that play here for a while. They first come here, right? Their teeth will be like not that good.
Yeah.
Then they'll play here for a year or two. The next time I see them, they got fucking dentures. Like big ass horse teeth.
Right.
So I remember one time I was at the free throw line and I was saying something to the American. I was like, damn, what happened to your teeth? Smile for me again. I'm trying to talk smack, but he's like just laughing. Like, hey, you see it, they white, ain't they? They white, ain't they?
Yeah, well, you know, I wish I could just be, you know, like in that Key and Peele sketch where there's Obama and then Obama's anger, like hood representative or whatever. Like, I want to be like the I'm not gonna play ball, but I'm gonna be next to him. Like, I want to say this shit to you because I'm very good at like just fucking. Goddamn, look at
antagonizing.
Troll. He's a troll too.
Look at your teeth. Goddamn, look like your gums throwing gang signs, motherfucker. right.
But no, like mama jokes. No parents.
Yeah, like people are really sensitive.
Yeah, you can't do the mama joke.
Of mama jokes.
You can't do the mama joke.
Oh, that's tough. Because, you know, like we all of us are from the generation of your mama jokes.
Yeah.
So like sometimes like, yep. Okay, you know what?
Actually, sometimes Danny told me like when the comedians they all hang out, they do say some like really fucked up shit to each other.
Yeah,
like,
amongst us comedians.
Amongst
y'all go hard.
Oh, dude, like one kid, like it's sad. that like both his parents died fairly early. And then we're talking, and then I was like, hey, so like, you know, you live alone. Like, do you cook? He's like, no, I order a lot of fast food. He's like, a big motherfucker, right? And then I go, what's your favorite fast food? I asked him in a very serious manner. And then one motherfucker, it ain't mom's touch.
And they knew that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I went, oh,
smart.
shit.
Did he take it?
Yeah, he laughed. He laughed. He was
Oh,
like,
man.
Really?
Yeah, but I was like,
Oh, he's better than me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
'Cause I was,
Yeah, he's better than me.
Yeah, because when he said that, I was like, oh,
That's
shit. You know?
Nah, I would have picked up a mic and been like, nah, he better than me.
Yeah, but like amongst comedians, we go a little harder than the average person. And
He must not like Papa John's. My bad. I'm sorry.
You guys are savages.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so this is a comedian world.
yeah. So we go hard, but then obviously that doesn't see the light of day because you know
it's just you guys.
We can't do that. You know, I mean, like you know,
Right.
amongst with this camera off and there's booze with us, we're gonna say some wilder shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we just can't because both of you are.
You know what's a good
Parents.
skit you should do? You know, like for sports, they have the after or before game interview. You should do interviews after comedy shows. Like, so how'd you think about that today? How did the other comics do tonight?
아,
Like,
우리는 열심히 했고요.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
네, 우리 열심히 했고
that ugly motherfucker.
더 열심히 해야죠.
Everything 열심히. 더 열심히 해야죠.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but you know, even in the U.S., like post game interviews, like with the exception of a very few, everyone's doing like
That's true.
media training.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna throw anybody under the bus.
Sure.
You know. That motherfucker can't play anybody up or he can't shoot. Like I wish
Yeah.
that would be like I wish it was like wrestling. You know what I mean? Like pro wrestling where you know they just go in like that's what I want. You know?
That would be great. Actually, that's what I tried to do. I tried to do some wrestling stuff. I didn't even think about it like that. I remember my first time here. It was my first year, and he's the head coach. He used to be the head coach for Samsung. He's a basketball legend too. He just resigned this year, and he was like behind Hudja. It was Lee Sang-min. You know, it was him. So we were playing him. It was his last year, right? I didn't know who he was. We're in the playoffs, and they kept. Every time he subbed in the game, I was like, oh, it's go time. I'm about to drop like 10 points straight.
Right.
So after we put him out the playoffs, they were interviewing me. I was like, 그래, 뭐 삼성이가 계속 이 할아버지 나한테 맡겨 시키는데 그냥 개꿀이야. Everybody was like, but I didn't know. So afterwards, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Did you have
man.
to
They didn't tell me, but I felt so bad. Because I didn't know how old he looked young.
Yeah.
I just thought he wasn't that good.
Right.
I didn't know he was old.
Yeah.
So after I was like, oh, like, 형, 계속입니다. 잘 몰랐어요.
Right.
He did this. 그래. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. Do they
But
have
that means he don't like, he was like, I don't like that.
Can you pull those up on YouTube? Do they have like interviews like that? You can find you saying that shit. That's awesome.
That's why
awesome.
I'm saying like his interviews were always like way more entertaining than the other available players' interviews because they're all playing, oh, we tried our best.
It goes the other way too. Like what Channel Park was playing in the
Park Channel?
in the his interviews were the best.
Yeah.
Because he just didn't know.
Oh, there's a legendary one
in America.
Yeah.
No, there was a legendary one, and I brought it up to him. He hated that I brought it up to
Why?
him.
What was it?
So like he played bad the game previously, and then he played well the next game. Right? He was on the Yankees. Right? And this is like, oh, so what was the difference? And he's because I had a diarrhea. And then people started laughing. He's like, what? He's like, what? I have a diarrhea, so I play bad, but now no diarrhea. He said it like 4 times, right?
But he really meant diarrhea.
Yeah. He's like, what's so funny? Diarrhea, not funny. And I'm just like, yo.
But in Korea, would that be okay to say, oh, sorry.
No, so he had to know what he was saying.
Yeah, I know.
생각해봐. 그냥 어제 설사해서 뭐 힘이 없는데 오늘 없어서 뭐. You can't even say that.
No, but it's one of my favorite, and I was like, 형님, that was the fucking funniest interview I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was not happy that I brought it up.
I thought you would be happy.
No.
Well, that reminds me Kim Min-gu. He retired too, but he was a young player at the time. And he would always come off the bench and just hit big shots. We were in the playoffs. He came and made like 2 big plays in a row, right? So we were doing post-game interview. And reporters were asking me like, you know, what do I think really changed the game today? And I was like, it was Kim Min-gu.
Yeah.
Like, I said in Korean, I was like, 민구가 진짜 큰 불화에 있어요. 엄청 큰 불화. And they were like, what? So they busting out laughing.
Nice.
So then they were like, what are you talking about? Like, so then I think How was next. And How was just like saying like, oh no, in America, like, you know, if you say you have like big balls, that means you have like 자신감 or something like that.
And then you know how Koreans like they call it like 검색어, like keyword search. So like imagine after you said that 김민구 불알 is a leading search of Korea. You made his testicles so popular for 24 hours.
That's
No, you know, like the interesting thing is that now we're all here trying to. I mean, you guys have families. You know, I mean, Bobby is a new father. Again.
Yeah.
You know,
second kid. Yeah.
So Lucy is what?
3 weeks old.
3 weeks
Her
old.
daughter's name Lucy.
Lucy, yeah.
What's your son's name?
Benji. Benjamin.
Benji and Lucy.
Benji and Lucy. So do you as a father 선배님, do you have any pointers to give to Babo?
Oh, man.
Wait, first of all, your kids bilingual? Do they speak both? Did that just naturally happen, or you were very adamant about speaking English and Korean?
I was very adamant about them speaking Korean.
Yeah.
But then we sent them to 어린이집. All Korean. So they were actually, when they were young, they were better at Korean than English.
Yeah.
But then my wife, who's like very educated, she went to, you know, she's super educated, masters, all that. So she was like, well, Tony, you know, they need to speak English well though. For the world.
Right.
I was like, they'll eventually get it. She was like, no. So now they go to international school.
Okay.
They speak much better English, but I'm always saying Korean. Even though I don't speak well, I'm just like Korean.
Does your wife speak better than you? Or?
Yeah, she's much better. My wife's smart as shit. Like, she's smart. Like,
I'm trying to. I'm scared of the balance because right now my son can speak only Korean. Like if I speak to him in English, he just stares at me like. What
so
are
in your
saying?
house, you guys speak Korean?
Yeah, because my in-laws live with us. They speak Korean. My wife, her English is really bad.
So when he goes to school, is he gonna go to regular school or are you gonna send him to like international school?
International school would be nice, but I don't think we haven't thought that far. But that's not really an option for us right at the moment. I got to make more money or something.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say if you do send him to international school, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
But if you send them to regular school, then you have a little bit something to worry about.
Yeah, because I'm thinking when I grew up with my folks not speaking any English, so I didn't pick up on their Korean, in a foreign country, and it's like.
Wait a minute, your parents didn't speak any English, and you didn't pick up on no Korean?
They didn't really.
You didn't talk to your parents?
Not really, no. So my Korean was just like it was when I moved here. I couldn't speak at all.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it's kind of the opposite situation. Like I'm in Korea and my Korean's not really good. So I try to speak English to him, but it's not like catching on.
Because he doesn't use it. He doesn't use it.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of that. So international school would be like a good goal for my kids if we stay.
Because obviously you being a father who speaks relatively perfect English.
But I can't speak English either now. Like after being here 11 years, like my English fucking sucks. Like, it happens. Like we basically, Danny and I, we always have to kind of say, what's that word again? Or like, this might as well be the Konglish show.
Yeah.
Because we're always.
I know how to spell elitist though.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Earlier you said something like, "Oh, I was like mad 힘들어." Or
yeah. So, tired?
No, I'm trying to think, man. Bobby, what could you do for that? maybe link him up with other English speaking friends his age and just
that's a good idea too.
And you have to
great idea.
And you have to make sure it's like scheduled play days.
Yeah. I mean, we could do that
because you don't want your kid to sound like you know those 유학생s that you know like that only hang out with Korean. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but then you know when they speak English, their pronunciation is very
and at the same time, say those yuhaksengs, if they had an opportunity when they were younger to actually get Korean, I mean English learning, they would love it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for your son and your daughter, like if you can find some other English speaking kids, and just it has to be like constant play, because at first they're gonna be like, oh, abashiro, like 괜찮아. You're like, no, 해야 돼.
Right.
Okay. That's a great idea. I also try to like, whenever he watches anything on YouTube or on Netflix, I try to put like English movies on, like Spider-Man or
that helps.
What do you call it? Cars, like Pixar Cars. He looks at that, but it's all in English.
That
so
helps.
I'm hoping that he picks up on that.
No,
stuff.
that helps.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, kids are like sponges.
Yeah.
They sponge in the good and the bad. You gotta be careful with the bad. They watch everything. They're like spies.
So is there something that you were like, my kids picked up on something that they shouldn't have, that you have? Because I wanna go back to the reason why I say that is I have a friend whose kid keeps on saying "God damn it." That's because my friend, when he's frustrated, he goes, "God damn it," right? And so
mine is "What the hell." So my son, something happened. They're like, "What the hell?" All my oldest son and daughter, they're like, "What the hell?" And I'm like,
"Oh no,
that's me."
I'm like, I can't even say nothing.
I need to check myself. I'm not really sure what my
don't worry. He'll show you. I promise you this. He will show you what your habits are.
Well, I have another problem because this show we like swear a lot and we talk about like really embarrassing stuff and like I'm gonna have to like protect them from watching this podcast for many years to come.
Yeah,
like that's another thing.
But you know what? If your kids can get to the point where they can understand everything, then that's good.
Then
that's good.
You have nothing to worry.
Yeah,
like Dad, you shit your pants when in your 20s? Like,
son, you understood that? Well, shit, let's go outside. I'll get you something. Let's go to the toy store. Proud of you. But raising kids is tough. I know you right now. You got to be tired as hell. Like I'm tired. My eyes are burning. I had to wake up this morning.
Okay, so actually, for Korean Americans, question: where would you raise your kid if you had the choice between U.S. and Korea? Some people say I want to raise them to a certain age in Korea and then go to the United States at a certain age.
Absolutely. That's how I feel.
What age do you think is the right time to?
I would want them to go middle school. 중학교.
Right.
Like right before, maybe a year before they get to high school.
Right.
So they don't go to high school and be like the fresh fish. You know, the kids got to have friends and be cool. So maybe a year or two before that.
Yeah.
But before that, I love the Korean society for for kids, man. It's like people watch out for each other.
Even the government, they like give you like
government's great.
Help.
Like the Hagwons, what is it, Hagwons in English? After
school programs or
the buses come pick them up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Man, my son does baseball. The baseball bus comes right in front of the place, picks him up. Right. Soccer the same. Piano's right down the street. I love it, man. In the States, you have to drive them everywhere. There's no busing in the States.
Yeah, and
that's right.
I mean, if they're old enough, they can just walk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Where now it feels like
generally safer here.
Yeah, and where now it feels like in the U.S. like even they're old enough, them walking to school,
it's too far. First of all,
to a certain age, it's kind of tough. You know what I mean? I mean, I know you subwayed it to your high school.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Certain times, like I grew up in New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, LA has subways?
Yeah.
Not good ones.
But at one point, like I had to move. I was living in the city, and then my dad passed when I was in high school, so we lost our apartment. So I had to live with my brother's friend that was in Queens Village, like by Jamaica. And every day my commute to school was because I went to school in Manhattan. I couldn't stop going to high school there, so it was a 2-hour commute each way. Like on the subway.
Yeah.
And I don't think my kids, I would never put them through that kind of. I wouldn't.
So you would get up at like 4 a.m. every day?
Yeah, I mean, like that year I was a senior, so my first class was probably like 11 or 10 or 11. So I'd leave by like 9 o'clock.
You went to a nice high school.
Yeah, no, like senior year was a little more lax if you got all your credits in. And
that was my problem.
So, yeah.
Should I had a full schedule? Oh, okay. So I was the problem.
Yeah.
I was the problem. Didn't know that was even something.
No, but our school was a little bit different because we started school. It was weird. The hours were a little bit different because we were right next to. I don't know. It's a long story, but I went to one of those specialized art high schools. Remember, like Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that high school, to Fame.
I wanna live.
Like
relaxed,
I was like, who's famous out of your school? And he was like, Ciara? And I was like, yeah.
Sierra?
No, Khalees.
Khalees was in my class, yeah.
Milkshake.
Oh yeah, with the hair, Yeah. I'm about to say Sierra's from Atlanta.
Yeah. Not Ciara, yeah.
But
Khalees.
Nicki Minaj was there. I think she was like a freshman. by the
Nicki
time
Minaj
I
was there?
Graduated. Yeah.
So it was a.
Dang, Nicki Minaj is old.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, Nicki Minaj is
Yeah.
old. Yeah. I thought
Well,
she was.
Yeah. She was much younger. Yeah. But
Freshman can only be 3 years. Hold on now. We're finding holes in the story.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to.
You know how people get. That's my who bail. That's my who bail.
That means Khalees is in her 40s too now.
No, I believe that though.
Yeah.
Khalees was.
Yeah,
When Khalees was milkshake, whatever.
Yeah.
I was still in the States, like doing my thing.
She was with Nas for a bit.
Yeah.
Wow. So who was your most famous high school alumnus?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Migos.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
Migos. When Migos came out here, I went to the.
Did you?
I went to the concert, man. So I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Migos, and I'm like in there. First of all, it's Migos, so it wasn't like it was packed.
Right. Oh, really?
No, it wasn't packed. I was surprised. So but I couldn't get up to the front because all the fans was in the front.
Right,
but it's like no seats. It's just you stand up.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking around. It's all babies out there.
Oh.
24, 20, 21. I'm like the oldest motherfucker in the whole place. Then songs are coming on, I'm trying to get hype. Then I look around, I'm like, oh shit, this my shit.
You didn't rock your varsity high school jacket.
I should have been like, yo, baby, Burger. Yo, how about a couple years later after that, their manager had hit me saying that they were trying to do like a podcast. And they remember, because he's younger than me, but they still know Tony Akins, the high school, blah, 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 and stuff I did. So they wanted to do a podcast about something with athletes and something. So then I was mentioning, I was like, yeah, I'm in Korea, blah, blah. I was here when Migos did their concert. He was like, what? You should have said something. I was like, I didn't think you guys would know who I was.
Yeah, the most famous person in my high school was Jaleel White, Steve Urkel.
Oh yeah. Jaleel got game.
Yeah. I think he works for the NBA now, right? Or like a journalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jaleel White.
So
do you know him?
No.
Never met him?
No. I'm trying to think who is the most of like out of the three names we mentioned. I think the Migos wins, right?
I mean, but if you think about Jaleel White back when Family Matters was,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how you got, it's like generations.
My name's Stefan Urkel.
Did I do that?
Oh man, dude, this is a fun one.
Yeah,
because you know, like the thing is, Bobby is not really into sports.
I can tell. I was gonna ask you,
but
some of the answers you said, I was like, I don't think Bobby knew who I was when I did what I did.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm more in the music, like arts world. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know much about sports, but I did it when I was younger.
So he collected because he collected like
basketball cards
back in the days, right? So like the Dominique Wilkins,
that era,
Doc Rivers,
John Stockton.
What about football?
Football too. I collected football cards when like Barry Sanders was around.
Randall Cunningham, Lawrence Taylor. I collected back then too. You still have your cards?
I do, and they're worth nothing. Like
some of them,
a lot of them is not worth nothing.
Some of them are
big
though.
I collected back then, right?
Yeah.
So I moved to Europe, came to Korea. So I'm asking my parents, like, yeah, do you know my comic books? Bro, do you remember back then when Superman died?
Yeah, and it was in that silver packet.
I had the whole series.
Yeah.
I had old 1970 something Indiana Jones. I had these great comics, cards.
Yeah.
I asked my parents, they don't know where they are.
Oh no. Okay.
I know where mine went.
Yeah.
My mom, this new kid, like went to this new family, came to America, went to our church, and their kids. And my mom was like, and she gave them.
I already know
everything.
Heartbreaking.
The death of Superman and the resurrection of Superman.
You had that? I had the whole series, right? Yeah.
And they give that, and I was like, and then like the rookie cards that come in that you put in fucking bulletproof cases. You know what I mean? Like,
thick cases you gotta unscrew.
Yeah. You know, it looks like the glass from like hood liquor stores, like that glass, you know, and like they give all that away. And I was like, Mom. Yeah. Some of them were worth like a lot of money. Yeah. Like, what do you mean a lot of money? I was like, I have one that's like a Warren Spahn 1942 baseball card in perfect condition. And she gave that. And I was like,
their mom doesn't care.
Yeah. And I was like, Mama. And I showed her how much the price is. She's like, I can call him. Then I give it that back.
My mom did the same stuff. Church friends, man. I'd come back, my basketball shoes, sandals, clothes. She would just give them away. And as much as I would get mad, she didn't give a shit.
Right.
She didn't give a shit what I said.
Right. But did you have like basketball shoes, like Jordans, or like a specific...
No. I didn't have. I'd have like up tempos, like the Jason Kidds.
Those are still they're worth money now, even used.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for sneakerheads.
Like, you know,
right?
like but random, like, you know, I mean, I remember I had like Converse React Juice.
The grandma, one of those Larry Johnson?
Yeah, the grandma Mars.
Yeah, the grandma Mars.
Right. And then I remember for a split second, I think it was Alonzo Mourning, he had like a weird ass shoe deal for British Knights. BK Dimesil. You know what I mean? I remember those like old ass shoes. Like,
do you remember the LA Catapults?
Yes.
Karl Malone.
Yeah. Oh.
I played for an AAU team in California, North Hollywood. We were sponsored by LA Gear. They gave
LA Gear, that's right.
They gave us so many catapults. It got to the point where we had so many, I was cutting the heel in to see if it was, that shit was a piece of plastic.
Oh yeah. Did they have pumps back then? It was pumps.
Yeah,
right?
pumps.
Reebok pumps.
Pumps, and then Nike came out with a huge
on the side.
I was like, ew, Nike.
The David Robinson ones. Yeah.
D Brown pumping them up. I had pumps and then I blew them up.
Because you pumped them too.
Yeah. Because I was like, I wonder how many. Like I stress tested and I was like, it blew up. Those are expensive ass shoes back.
I had one friend that did. I said, I would never pump my shoes up like that. That was crazy.
Because you felt like you were gonna jump higher, right?
But you didn't feel it pumping up here though?
Yeah. I felt it here, but I felt like the tighter it feels, like it's supposed to help. When you were young, you're like,
really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go for that one. I was like, this is fake.
I can barely hit the net now. It didn't do shit.
Man, speaking of shoes. So I do a filming with Hudjay, right? We go to the KBL office over here in Shincheon. Shinsa.
Shinsa.
So we go there. It's for the KBL rookies who just got drafted, right? So they're like, oh, Taepung Young. So, you know, it's for TV. So like you're showing them some stuff, and you're giving some advice, but it's not like real stuff.
Right.
So then afterwards, they're like, one of them is like, 형, 제가 돈 없어서 혹시 형 신발 쟤한테 주면 안 돼요? So I'm about to start talking some shit. I look down at his shoes. Oh, he got some holy molies. Them things look terrible. Beat up.
Ooh.
So then I'm like, what? I look down at mine. You know what shoes I have on? The Kobe Grinches.
I don't know.
Man, them things
those are really expensive.
For like $700.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So mind you, we're in front of all the rookies, right? And he got holy molies on. And I'm like, I was like, 근데 나 이거 신발 너무 좋은데. So he's like, 형 돈이 많아서 뭐 그거 없는. 아, 돈 없는데. So I was like, I gave him an excuse, right? So I go off to the side. He comes over with two of his other guys who got. So the three of them just sitting in front of me as I'm taking my shoes. I'm like, 형 진짜 안 줄 거예요? 제가 형 위해서 너무 좋은 얘기 들었는데 그게 다 거짓말했나 봐요.
No.
씨발 그냥 받아.
Oh, yeah, you gave it to. Oh, damn.
Ooh.
It hurt me, bro. It hurt me.
Ooh.
It hurt me. At the time, I knew the Grinches were like, you know, limited, but I didn't know they would go up like that in price.
Ooh.
Oh man, you gotta. Well, it'll come back around. Like
No,
karma, right? Karma.
No, because well, for sure.
Yeah.
No, for sure. If you're a greedy motherfucker, ain't shit ever gonna come work for you.
Yeah.
But Nike and Kobe did a deal back, so hopefully they'll come back out with some.
Yep.
I was very happy about
I did a Kobe commercial when I was in the US. I was in a there was a commercial with Kobe and Lionel Richie.
You played the basketball?
No.
You were
You're like drew me. That was good. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what the
What'd you
fuck
do in a
did
Kobe?
you do with basketball?
No, the premise was that that Kobe shoe is so it brings people together that I play like a quote unquote North Korean dictator.
Oh yeah, that's right. You play
And
like Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Did you do the thing? Did you have like a wig, the box?
No, it was because it was, you know, fucking Americans don't know
They
what
don't know.
Asians
You're
look like, right?
You're right.
And so they would play this old dude that supposedly is like America's leader, and then me, and then we're shaking hands while Lionel Richie's like playing the fucking piano, and then behind us are like other nations. It felt like the UN, and we made this historic deal because Kobe's shoe. So it was a crazy ass random.
Did you guys have the Kobe's on or something?
No. It was like we presented the Kobe's as a way to our nations to not fight. And Kobe comes out in the back with like his hood. He takes off his hood and he does this, and everyone's like, right? It's a wild ass commercial.
Man, Kobe's are the best basketball.
I gotta. Now I'm thinking what Hyungs I can call up and be like, Hyung, I really like your shoes. Man, 신발 안 주면 안 되나?
But Bobby, right now you're Hyungs. You're Hyungs.
I know, man. Our Hyungs.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't got shoes we want to steal.
Dress shoes, baby. Be like, yo, I gotta go in the office.
형, 구두.
Oh, that's a nice jacket. Oh man, I can't afford those jackets.
Bro, that's what in Korean culture you can do that, and the Hyung will get so much pudam.
Yeah.
Really.
All right.
If they don't give that to you, the next favor they will do for you.
Yeah. All right.
Think of two good favors. Right?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
Project.
I'm telling you. Like it's serious, man.
So actually, that's something I learned because I rarely find Hyungs, like Korean Hyungs here.
You're not that old.
You guys are my Hyungs.
Yeah.
Right. But like Korean Hyungs are hard. I don't have many here. Yeah. They're all everybody around me. They're all younger than me, so I'm their Hyung. So they're the ones that go, 형, 좀 배고픈데, right? And I'll be like, shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but then you're like automatically like, all right, I gotta do something.
Right. 형, 오늘 술 안 마셔요? Right? I'm like, yeah.
너 마실 수 있으면 먹자.
Yeah. And then,
Well, Danny's never called me Hyung before, so I don't give him shit. He never asked me for it.
I've known him for 15 years. I've known him as Bobby.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And then when I moved here, one time he goes, hey, so how come you don't call me Hyung?
No, you didn't.
Just joking. Come on. I don't ask anybody to call me.
And I went, motherfucker.
Hey, you know Dan, right?
Yeah.
So Dan is like, I was my first year here. Within my first year, he's like, Tony, you know, they have a thing in Korean about fast birthdays. So I'm actually your Hyung. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, so my birthday's here and yours is here. So technically I'm like 79년생. It's like, damn, if you don't get the fuck out of here. I like really got mad. I was like, damn, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, bro. Like I will fight you right now if you try to pull that bullshit.
But do you feel like, I felt this though, like I don't necessarily need people that are younger than me to call me Hyung. I don't feel that, even in Korean. But I do have a thing when someone like that's like maybe 8 years young and younger, that 반말.
Oh, that 반말 is a bitch.
Yeah, that kind of irks me. Like
if they're like 8 years, but if it's a few years, it's
if
fine,
it's like 1 or 2, then it's fine. But then like if it's like I saw 2 more Olympics than you, motherfucker, and then you go, 형, 밥 먹어. 먹어. Not yeah.
Irks you.
Yeah, but I'm
그냥 형 밥 먹자.
yeah, right. That's okay. But then if there's no hyung in the front,
Yeah.
and then it's just a sentence, I'll be like, I'm gonna stab you.
I used to flip over that.
Yeah.
But like now I don't. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I don't get that. Nobody does me like that. I don't know. But if they did, I would be pissed.
No, because they start off with hyung and then 반말.
Yeah, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I have no smoke.
Yeah.
But there's some guys, hyungs that are older than me that they don't take that shit.
Yeah, they need the yo.
빨리 요한 붙여. 죄송합니다.
So Tony, did you become a Korean citizen?
Yeah.
When was that?
Within the first 3-4 months.
And the reason you did that was
for national team. That was the whole reason why me and Eric came over here was for a national team. Like it wasn't just to play
right
here, but man, that national team situation didn't go as planned for me. Yeah, I did. Me and the head coach, he was very like conde, old school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, national team, we literally practiced 3 times every day.
Oof. 3 a days.
Monday through Friday 3.
Yeah.
Saturday morning you had one.
Yeah.
Then they'll let you go home for Saturday afternoon. Till Sunday morning. You have to be back at the dorm Sunday night.
Oof. Like for how long? What's
the whole training camp?
Oof.
And that's when I had my first son. No, that was before I had my son. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, so I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Then this was my thing. When any professional job, when you're a professional, it's skill, right?
Right.
Like, you work hard, but you work hard at getting better at your skill. But here, you're just working hard. You're just working hard.
Yeah.
So it's driving me crazy because I'm like, listen, you're taking years off my career and I'm not even getting better. If anything, I'm getting worse because I'm not touching up on my skills.
Right.
So we're doing 3 days of that. And I'm literally telling him and the coach staff like, yo, can we do some skill work?
Yeah.
They're like, shh. 무슨 얘기인 거야?
Right.
그냥 빨리 열심히 해.
Damn.
So after that, I'm just running like this.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, some bullshit. So after a while, me and the head coach, another thing. So we go to LA for national team trip and we played some summer league teams, right? As soon as we get there, the head coach pulls me to the side because he knows I have family in LA. He's like, and Eric, he's like, listen, we don't want you guys leaving the dorms. It's a hotel now. It's a hotel 5 minutes from the hood in not Culver City.
Inglewood.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. They're like, you can't leave the hotel. We just want everybody to be here. And I'm like, I'm from LA, right?
Right.
Okay. Soon as he left, we went into the room, called, rent a car, had them deliver it, and I was out every day. So it was just, and then they knew I left. So it was like I just couldn't do it.
Right.
And so it like the national team hopes just, I don't know. Even looking back on it, like I just feel like it was just too much for me. I couldn't bend myself that much.
But I know like aren't they the Sandrin brothers? Aren't they doing the 3-on-3 stuff or trying to do the 3-on-3 stuff?
Yeah, I played 1 year with them. My first year, we won the championship and stuff like that.
Because aren't they trying to make that into an Olympic sport as well? Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
but the year that we won it, because of COVID, you couldn't go out of the country.
Ooh.
And then check this out. So when 3-on-3 first happened, before they made it an Olympic sport. The 농구 협회, the basketball committee was like, oh yeah, that's just whatever. They didn't have no interest. So whoever won the regular season in the league, that team was a national team. They represented them.
Right.
But once it was an Olympic, they made it to Olympic sport. Now the 농구 협회s were like, yo, we're gonna take it over now. So we're gonna have our own tryouts. And tryouts isn't skill work. Tryouts is run this track this many times. Run these suicides.
So it's kind of like military, like how many push-ups you can do.
It's not about skill. It's not about skill. And so once that happened, I was like, Eric, I'm not playing. I'm not even trying out.
Oh man. Well, is that one of your biggest what ifs? Not what ifs, but like you made it, but like
I really, before I came over here, I used to lay in bed sometimes just thinking about like being on the national team and bus. Oh shit.
Well,
battery died. Oh, we went pretty long. It's cool. The audio's still going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was dreaming at night and being on the national team and representing Korea and busting these other countries' asses. Like literally going out there putting on a show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just, I would lay at night and really just think about it.
And then in your dream, like the gold medal match, Korea versus USA.
I wouldn't say it was gold medal match, but I was like, we're gonna compete and we're gonna make it tough for some teams.
Right.
And personally, I was gonna put on a show out there.
Right.
Like I wanted to put on a fucking show, but it just wasn't in the cards, man.
Well, I guess since the camera is battery's
like
done.
An hour and a half. It's a pretty long episode.
Okay.
We should wrap it up. But you know what? Before you go, anything you want to like plug? I know we plugged Elitist. Let's plug it one more time. Elitist.
Can you spell that for us?
ELITIST.KR. Please support my wife's brand. And coming soon, maybe within the next 6 months, I'm gonna have my own basketball academy.
Yeah.
This is for I don't want any chimibang. Chimibang means like you're a little kid and
It's a hobby.
Yeah, my mom wants me to like just exercise. I don't want those kids.
Yeah.
I want kids, even if you're not that good, but you really have passion, you want to learn skill and you want to work hard at learning skills, come through adults, samchun, sungin, meaning like adults, haraboji, we'll take it all. As long as you have passion and you want to get better.
From what age would you say?
Maybe Korean age 8.
8? Okay.
8, even 8.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit younger, that's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Korean age 8 and up. 8 would be difficult too, but because I know when my son was Korean age 8, I wanted him to learn somewhere. So I'll take that too. And girls, women, whatever. Like, but it's not, I'm no chimibang.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing no chimibang.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Tony's social media information on the description.
I appreciate it.
And so come on by and check it out. Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get you back again with maybe with the Sandrin bros.
Oh, yeah, then we can really talk some
that
shit.
would be a lot of fun. I saw you, like you did the podcast with them on their podcast. That was a lot
You
of fun.
made fun of Dan's forehead, and I was like, I can't even laugh at that, bro.
Damn.
That's right. Danny shaved his head.
That shit is 360.
Yeah, because I went recently I went on stage and I went and at the club. I said, how many of y'all think what Will Smith did was proper? To the audience.
Yeah.
And like half of them applauded.
Really?
Yeah. And so I took off my I took off my hat and I said, if y'all make me uncomfortable, I'm slapping the shit out of all of y'all.
Really? They said that?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Anyway, thank you for coming.
Yes.
And
thank you.
See you next week.
All right. See you guys.